Yo, what's up, guys? Everyone, today, man, I will be talking about the New York Yankees and if they should have more faith in Jasson Dominguez or Spencer Jones. Now, today, as I'm recording this video at 1:17 a.m. here on the East Coast, it is officially day one of the MLB offseason at 5 p.m. today, where MLB players can, I believe, minimum talk, if not also sign with teams as well. Couple of guys to sign like free agent, like minor league free agent, stuff like that. But we're talking like actual like free agents, like we're seeing some opt-ins, we're seeing some opt-outs, we're seeing this, we're seeing that, but yeah. So the Yankees offseason, in my humble opinion, if both Jasson Dominguez and Spencer Jones are both starting for the Yankees on opening day, that one means that there is a catastrophic injury, or one that this is a catastrophic offseason for GM Brian Cashman of the New York Yankees, just because as a Yankees fan, you can really only have one of them, and I would want both of them in center field. You have 22-year-old Jasson Dominguez, 24-year-old Spencer Jones. Both have been highly heralded, but we've seen the Jasson Dominguez in left field thing. It's not great. He's always been a center fielder. Jasson Dominguez is a center fielder. Spencer Jones is a center fielder. Keep them in center field. Look out for a left fielder. Left fielder has to be one of the two. It has to be either Kyle Tucker, who is a below average defender at this day and age, especially in left field that he hasn't played in a couple of years. He wasn't good in right field last season. And he's also Cody Bellinger, who, he had phenomenal home splits compared to his road splits that were off. We had like a 9-something OPS on the road. I mean, 9-something OPS at home, and then like a 715 on the road. Like, he's just, I just don't see anybody going over like 5 years, $30 million AAV for Cody Bellinger. But in terms of Jasson Dominguez and Spencer Jones, I don't want both of them starting. I want at least one of them to start. Again, if the Yankees can't go out and make a trade for like a Luis Robert or somebody like that, then I'm seeing Stephen Kwan talk. I'm just not in love with Stephen Kwan personally. 99 WRC plus. He's gonna want an extension. He hits for contact, but he doesn't hit for much power. Just a singles merchant that plays really good defensive left field. Just he's cool, but it's not the guy that I will be enamored with perfectly. I mean, we need a leadoff guy that'd be perfect. So I wouldn't hate him, but I'm not enamored with Stephen Kwan in my humble opinion. So this video is sponsored by PrizePicks. PrizePicks is a daily fantasy sports app where you can win money by just choosing more or less on each projection, ranging from sports like the NFL to the MLB to the NBA to so much more, including esports and over 100 different sports and leagues. Now, no users, you can use my sign-up code, your boy John, YABOYYJOHN, and win $50 by just placing a $5 entry regardless if you win or lose that entry. Thank you to PrizePicks for sponsoring this video. In terms of Spencer Jones and Jasson Dominguez, I really want them to be good so fucking badly just because people hate them so much. Like, both of them have really insane hype. Obviously, Jasson Dominguez, the Martian, and then there's Spencer Jones, who was hailed as the left-handed Aaron Judge coming out of Vanderbilt. They're both 6'7". Yeah, I did it. Sorry. And first time I ever did that in my entire life, by the way. On camera, at least, that is. And, he has prolific power, and he's a mammoth, and this and that. Spencer is 24 years old. Jasson is 22 years old. Yeah. And in terms of Jasson Dominguez obviously, came onto the scene. His first ever swing in the major leagues was a home run in the Crawford boxes off of Justin Verlander. And, Spencer Jones, his big thing was across the trade deadline. He was on fire. He's one of the best hitters in all of minor league baseball. He was hitting for power. He got the AAA. He started mashing. That was absolutely massive. There was him potentially being in conversations with Sandy Alcantara, and apparently, the Yankees declined to include him in a trade or include him and others in a trade. And, that just lets you know how much they have confidence in Spencer Jones, who again is 24 years old, prolific power, but he does have his issues. And in terms of Jasson Dominguez, this is supposed to be his year in left field. He just played like 150 games. Some of those, were pinch running opportunities. Some of them, were actual starts, but Grisham really broke out. He had over like a 120 WRC plus. He had a really good season, and you can't really bench him. He struggled defensively, but he put up a really good season to the point where it's like, I can get why they're not starting Jasson Dominguez when he's putting up a league average bat and Grisham is putting up a comfortably like 800 OPS, a 120 5, whatever the hell it was, WRC plus. But yeah. Spencer, this season in minor league baseball was only behind Ryan Ward of the Oklahoma City Comets, who are of course the Dodgers AAA team in Major League Baseball homers, as Ward had 36 and Spencer had 35. The Dodgers cannot keep getting away with this, even though Spencer Jones is 24 and Ryan Ward is 27. Spencer Jones is one of the most obvious boomer bust prospects. Like, it's just so obvious. Like, this guy's either going to be really good or really bad. And I really hope that he's really good if he remains with us. And, I dare Hal Steinbrenner to cheap out and start both of them. Please don't. I dare you. I absolutely dare you. All right, so I'm currently in this video, and the Yankees not only have $56 million to spend, they actually have a lot more, because I totally forgot to mention that they are still paying Marcus Stroman $18 million, which means that is $18 million off the books. They're also, we're paying Aaron Hicks $9.5 million. That is $9.5 million off the books. So you add to that $27.5 million off the book, and you have yourself a grand total of $89.02 million. You're telling me they can't get one of these boppers? You're telling me we can't get at least one high-end reliever? Yes. So the Yankees come off the books this season in order. I have it right over here. All right. So coming off the books this season is Cody Bellinger, Paul Goldschmidt, Devin Williams, Paul Blackburn, Jonathan Loáisiga declined the option today, Trent Grisham, or yesterday I should say, Ryan Yarbrough, Amer Rosario, who would want back, Luke Weaver, and Austin Slater. In those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 guys, again, the number in those 10 guys, as well as still paying the contract of 2025 Stroman and 2025 Aaron Hicks of the 7-year 70 and the 2-year like 37 whatever it was for Stroman. Third year it was like 160 innings and it's triggered a third year, but thankfully that didn't happen. Shout out to Stroman though. $89.02 million. No excuses, Brian Cashman. Now I'm gonna start off with talking a little bit about both of them, and then I'll show a couple clips that I'll show like 2 clips max, and then I'll end it off with my decision, and then after that I'll add some nerdy stats onto it. But in terms of Jasson Dominguez, the reason to be excited and be concerned for Jasson Dominguez is 3-homer game he had, which I'll show a clip of the 3rd homer against the A's. He had the walk-off homer against the Rangers this season. He had a double in his first career playoff at bat in Game 5 of the ALDS. That was his first at bat in 2 postseasons, including a World Series, by the way. Didn't get a single at bat over Alex Verdugo, mind you. But yeah, the double against Toronto Game 4 to ALD. Oh no, Game 4 to ALDS. Yep, because the Yankees lost 3-1. Yep. The Blue Jays lose. How to get it out? Sorry. Dreadful defender though in left field. -10 DRS, -7 OAA, -9 fielding run value, and 793 innings in left field. He has a good arm though. His arm strength is in the 92nd percentile at 91.8. He is 41st in arm value though at -1. Last played center field in 2024 with a -1 DRS, -1 OAA, and -1 framing run value in 35 innings. He cannot hit left-handed pitching. He has a 204 average with a 569 OPS, a 63 WRC plus, 32.7% strikeout rate, and an 8% walk rate. Now versus righties, he's a lot better. He's hitting 274 with a 768 OPS, a 116 WRC plus. Mind you, 100 is league average. He is 16% better against righties. He is 60% better than league average against right-handed pitching, and against lefties, like I mentioned, he is 37% below league average. So yeah. He also has a 24.9% strikeout rate and a 9.8% walk rate versus righties. At worst, he's good versus righties with speed. His power, though, is zapped from Tommy John surgery in his first year. Really good on the base paths. He's 84th percentile in sprint speed at 28.7%. He hits for a decent average, even though I'm not an average guy. He hit 257 in 115 games. He was a league average bat with a 103 WRC plus, a .6 FWAR, above average versus righties, draft versus lefties, and he's really good in the base pass. So at the very minimum, you have a guy that can hit right-handed pitching, a guy that's really good in the base pass, but you have to have in the back of your head that he is an absolutely dreadful, and I mean dreadful, defender down there in left field, which is why I want to play left field. Has the speed to play center field as well. No, which is why I wanted to play center field, because he has the speed to play center field. I don't want him in left field, as we saw this year. Just left field, Yankee Stadium is literally the most difficult position to play in the outfield. That's why you have Verdugo play out there so much. That's why you haven't had just play left field. That's the hardest position. I'm in right field. He's used to playing right field. But yeah, here's the homer for Jasson Dominguez. This is his third homer in the game. Just a beautiful game. A grand slam to give him 3 homers on the day. El Marciano, Jasson Dominguez.
Jasson Dominguez absolutely switched on in Sacramento. Grand slam for the Martian. And the Yankees have put up a 10 spot.
Jasson Dominguez. Third homer of the day, by the way. 387 feet. Jasson, not the Rulo, but Dominguez. Now, on to Spencer Jones. Spencer Jones, excitements and concerns. Spencer Jones, the highs and the lows of Spencer Jones. Spencer Jones has major, and I mean major, whiff and strikeout problems. He's good defensively. He has prodigious power, good on the bases. In 67 AAA games, Spencer hit 274 with an 897 OPS, 19 homers, 48 RBIs, 1 triple, 19 stolen bases, and 4 caught stealing. He had a 131 WRC plus as well. He also had a 41.4% strikeout rate, as he had 109 strikeouts and 263 at-bats, a 555 slugging, a 342 on base, and hits the ball extremely hard with the best in him. But he also does swing and miss with the best in him as well. He is in the 93rd percentile in speed. All season, Spencer had a 662 OPS and a 189 batting average and 90 at-bats versus left-handed pitching, which is absolutely brutal. But yeah, and his OPS versus righties is 1.003 with a 296 batting average, a 42.9% strikeout rate he has against lefties, 46 out of 107, and a 38.2% strikeout rate versus righties, 133 out of 399. He also has 11% walk rate versus righties, 44 to 348, and a 15.5% walk rate versus lefties, 14 out of 90. Overall, 29 stolen bases in 116 games. Overall, also a 274 batting average, 362 on base, 571 slugging, 488 for a 933 OPS in Double A and Triple A in the minors this season in 116 games, which was 49 games in Double A and 67 games in Triple A. Also, shout out to Prospect Savant for these stats. Y'all do some good work. Shout out to Prospect Savant. Now, my choice, before I get into that, though, I want to show this clip of Spencer Jones hitting his 3rd homer of the game in AAA. Jasson is 3rd in the majors, and Spencer does the same, but this time around in the minors. Shout out to that boy Spencer Jones.
It's like I call it an old man setup.
Just prodigious. Look how his swing is.
It's like he's leaning over to grab a walker.
And then he but look at this. He changes it as soon as he's about to swing, though.
Does straighten up as the pitch is coming home.
Yep. Oh, look at his leg kick.
He swings here, bashes one to center field. Hassel runs back, gets to the fence. You can forget
Some people say, we need to get the teacher man judges hitting goes to hit with Spencer.
5 Red Wings.
Fuck it. Y'all saw just in the playoffs this season, especially.
Spencer Jones is at 3 homers.
That boy went crazy.
And that's his 2nd home run today and a 0-2 pitch.
Wow.
We did lose the series, but
don't believe he has
always had that moment, you know?
It's like
shout out to that boy, Spencer Jones. Now, if it was up to me, my decision between Jasson Dominguez and Spencer Jones, before I get to the nerdy stats, is going to be Jasson Dominguez. Jasson Dominguez is younger. There's more room, theoretically, for him to grow. He's already comfortably an above-average bat versus right-handed pitching in the majors. Really good on the base paths. Now, you might say, what to do with Spencer Jones? Now, maybe dangle him in trades, keep him in AA, maybe to get his strikeout rate down, see what happens in terms of that. Maybe begin the season down there, potentially maybe works himself up to a fourth outfielder, His ability to hit potentially right-handed pitching in the major leagues, really good defensively, really good on base pass, just to be that type of guy right there. Spencer Jones should be good against righties. Defensively, center field a lot better already than Jasson Dominguez, and he should be getting the base paths as well. He's 6'7", but he's an absolute gazelle. But my decision would be Jasson Dominguez. He does have some whiff issues, but nowhere close to Spencer Jones. So yeah, if it was up to me, I'll pick the guy that already against one-handedness is really comfortably above average. He showed that he's a really good on the base paths in the majors, which I presume the same will be said for Spencer Jones. And he takes his walks at a decent amount in the major leagues as well. Just needs to either abandon switch hitting or just be better as a switch hitter against left-handed pitching. But yeah, my choice would be Jasson Dominguez. Now, for my nerdy stats, Jasson Dominguez has an xWOBA in the 27th percentile at 311, xBA in the 19th percentile at 242, xSlug in the 20th percentile at 377, average exit velocity in the 63rd percentile, comfortably above average at 90.6%. Barrel percentage, how hard you hit the ball, is in the 33rd percentile at 7. Hard hit percentage is in the 85th percentile at 49.6. Launch angle sweet spot percentage is in the 4th percentile at 28.9. And that is the percentage of batted balls a player hits with a launch angle between 8 and 32 degrees, representing a good angle for creating hard contact. His bat speed is in the 80th percentile at 74.1. Squared up percentage is in the 13th percentile at 21.3. So needs improvement in terms of that. Chase percentage is in the 31st percentile, so he struggles with chase. Doesn't hit for much pop. X-Slug isn't great. There's definitely some concerns with Jasson Dominguez. The chase is at 31st percentile at 30.9%. Whip percentage is at 31st percentile at 27.2. K percentage is at the 14th percentile at 26.8%. And that is all coming from Baseball Savant. Now on to Spencer Jones, but there is a bevy of nerdy stats to get into. Spencer Jones, prospect score again. Stats by way of Prospect Savant. The other one was Baseball Savant. Shout out to them for this information. Prospect score of 93.06, which is in the 93rd percentile. xWOBA is in the 85th percentile at 359. xBA, expected batting average, is in the 59th percentile at 241. Expected slug is in the 93rd percentile at 521. Exit velocity in the 96th percentile at 94.8. Max exit velocity in the 97th percentile at 114.4. 50th EV percentage is in the 96th percentile at 96.2. The barrel percentage is in the 96th percentile at 17.6. Hard hit percentage is at 54.7%, which is in the 94th percentile. K percentage is in the 8th percentile. He has a 18.2% walk rate in AAA. 14th percentile in chase percentage at 35.3%. Whiff percentage at 41.5% in the 6th percentile. Pull the air percentage at 18.9%, which is in the 59th percentile. Swing percentage is in the 82nd percentile at 51.42%. Zone swing percentage is at 69.66%, which is in the 73rd percentile. Zone contact is at 72.02%, which is in the 6th percentile. Swinging strike percentage is at 19.68, which is in the 4th percentile. 4th would be terrible. Again, these higher are best. Speed is in the 93rd percentile at 7.53, which is the WBSR over PA, which stands for WBSR divided by PA, which is the accumulated weighted base running value divided by the number of plate appearances, which is in the 87th percentile at 0.0047. So again, my decision will be Jasson Dominguez over Spencer Jones. Spencer Jones has a massive strikeout problem in the minors. Imagine that in the majors against even nastier pitchers. Now, there are some absolutely nasty pitchers in AAA. We have one of those guys, Cameron John Schlittler. The Blue Jays have their guy in Trey Savage. There are some demons, absolute demons on the precipice of heading over to the majors. But again, you're going to face those guys basically every single day out there in the majors. So at the end of the day, I will rock with Jasson Dominguez. You know, Jasson Dominguez is a guy that has been floated in trades for Joan Duran and for this and for that. So again, either of these guys can get traded, and I wouldn't be pleasantly surprised. A couple years ago, I'd be like, absolutely the fuck not. But now, you know, I've gotten older, matured, and really understand this game. Yeah, I would not be surprised at all if either one of these guys were to get traded. I have love for the absolute both of them. I have still think a good amount about both of them. And yeah, but if these guys are both starting for my team, MJ Gift. It has to be one or the other. If it's not, one of them is the fourth outfielder and the other one is starting. And the guy opposite them in left field has to be Cody Bellinger, my plan B, or my plan A, Kyle Tucker. So that's all I have to say at the end of the day. I would personally pick Jasson Dominguez, but at the end of the day, you know, coming into it, I was like, oh, I don't know. And then I started writing down these stats and getting to this and to that, taking things and looking at them and like, oh yeah, came to my decision. You know, the guy that's already shown to be good against a single-handedness in the majors, and the guy that has major whiff issues in the minor leagues, which, you know, he's striking over 40% of the time in the minor leagues. You know, it's just not ideal at all. You know, maybe have another massive offseason, you know. It's a big time year for him, you know. I believe the strikeouts hopefully went down, but the power definitely went up, you know, things like that. But yeah, Better Jones, thank the world to you as well as Jasson Dominguez. But at the end of the day, my choice would be Jasson Dominguez. Yankees fan, how you guys feel about that? Coming out on down below. But yeah. But other than that, yo, that is the video. So go down below, drop a like, comment down below, sub up. Make sure to follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok. It's my boy John. Also follow me on Playback and Instagram. Links to everything, channel, social media will always be in the description box down below. But other than that, it's my boy John. Welcome to the first day of the MLB free agency. Brian Cashman, wake up, bald fuck. But yeah, go Yankees. Hopefully, guys did enjoy the video, and I'm out, man. Peace.